pieces of the paperback. I hope you enjoyed this video because I know I am going to. Thank you, and let's get into it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi and welcome back to the Art of Warcraft. The sad thing about this book, as you can see, that the typing is very, very small. Even though I have on my glasses, this can be quite hard to read. But let's try. Here are the 4 words. I play games for a living. Hey, someone's gotta do it. More specifically, I help write and edit Computer Gaming World magazine every month. It's a ridiculously fun job, and I keep thinking that sooner or later someone's gonna wake me up, hand me a pickaxe and tell me go back into the rock pile. When the fine folks at Brady Games approached me to contribute to this book, my initial reaction was negative. I'm a journalist after all. I'm supposed to remain objective by writing gushy prose about the awesome art of Warcraft. Won't be revealing myself as just another fanboy. But the truth is, I'm just another fanboy. Even game journalists are allowed to have favorite games. And my favorite game ever easily is Warcraft 2. For me it's a game that has it all. Action, strategy, 2-headed ogres with gas. It's a masterpiece of depth and balance, set in a rich fantasy universe that someone actually bothered to make interesting. Now with Warcraft 3 and upcoming World of Warcraft, Blizzard is finally returning to its flagship universe after many years, and I can't wait. Game design and computer graphics have come a long way since the first 2 games, and Blizzard's universe so rich and alive already. It's about to Dragons versus griffins. Dragons are the dominant airborne life form in Warcraft. Griffins are much smaller but quicker and very brutal. It takes 3 or 4 griffins to take down a single dragon. In Warcraft 3, the orcs enslaved dragons, so the Alliance had to ally a force of griffin riders in an attempt to offset the dragon-dominated skies. Here we can see some gnomish flying machine. Dragon fight, elven troll. Here are some information about the flying units. I have to be careful because this book is playing apart. This is some art by Chris Madsen back in 1995. That's very cool. Lothar Exodus. Some more picture of Lothar and legend. There's the death of Lothar. Anduin Lothar, Lion of Azeroth. This is by Chris Madsen in 96. Lone warrior, footed man, old school, and a paladin. Here's Medivh. Medivh, the history of the Warcraft universe, is long and rich. In the years leading up to the point where Warcraft, orc and humans begin, the Guardian, H-Win, defeats Sargeras, the Lord of the Burning Legion, in single combat. Sargeras' malevolent spirit bonds with the soul of H-Win's unborn child, Medivh, who is destined to become the last Guardian. Medivh is eventually driven mad by the spirit of Sargeras and opens up the dark portal, allowing the Orcish Order to begin its invasion of Azeroth. At the onset of Warcraft 2, Medivh is killed by his best friend, Lord Lothar, at his own apprentice, Khadgar. Medivh now makes a return in Warcraft 3 to attend some unfinished business. Here are some of the elves. I'm not gonna read every single bar of text because I actually think the book is going to break down. You can see at this binding it's not in such a good condition. Here we can read about elves, that there are high elves and not the night elves. High elf ranger, elven archer, sorceress. Here's archmage. I think it's Khadgar. Water elemental, soldier in battle. Here's some of the cinematic director's words. No shortcuts to perfection. This really, can you see how old the cinematics used to look? And they have come such a far way in the cinematics, also in the graphic design, but this is really high quality for being from such a long time ago. Here we can see Arthur's father. Act 2, Medivh's warning. In this scene, Medivh transforms inside Tyranna's throne room to warn the humans of impending danger. He tells them that all of the petty issues they're bickering about will seem like nothing compared to the imminent plague facing them. The undead Scrooge. His words, however, fall upon deaf ears as he is dismissively sent away. Here we can see the crown of Arthur's father. was a central question for Blizzard's artists to answer when confronted with the task of bringing Warcraft's orc to life. There's no question of what the orcs are, monsters, intent on destroying humanity. The conjurer Medivh's lust for power led him to open a dark portal, and the giant green axe-wielding orcs now swarming into Azeroth have only one thing on their mind: war. But if the storyline posits them as monsters in the game and under the player's control, the orcs become far less menacing without being completely defamed. I can't even read that word. I have no clue how they thought it was a good idea. I can't write or read at all. Blizzard's artist brings the orcs to life in their primitive, bloodlusting, war-loving glory, while infusing them with healthy chunks of humor. The cinematic played straight, revealing the auric size and dark, violent way of life, but as game units, the orcs are made much more lovable, at least lovable as giant green killing machines can be. Much of the appeal of the orcs is accomplished by the often hilarious voice work, which is also true to many unexaggerated features and primary colors provided as light tone and extremely dark subject matter. The secret, for maybe not so secret truth, is that more players enjoy the bloodthirsty orc than the humans. Credit to the imagination and talent of Blizzard's artists who found a way to make playing evil a whole lot of fun. I'm gonna try not to read the text in this book because it's really, really small. I can't read anywhere with my glasses. Here's some orc weapons, peons, orcish marine, orc sailor, grunt, and an orc. I have to hold the book as well because otherwise it will just close on itself. Here's some images of a thrall, the orcish leader. Thrall's face, here's the art of the like shamans are, their magic is based from the nature elements. There's Ner'zhul. Some two members or crockers. Oh gosh, here are some of the Warcraft adventures. Some game, Warcraft Adventures, is known to many as the best adventure game that was never published. Some backstory on Thrall, but I'm really happy they didn't make these old games with, you know, this cartoonish 2D style. I don't know, enjoyed it. Some of the cutscenes. And from the cinematic as well. You can really see how old this is. Up there is Manoroth. You can see it if it's not too dark. This really makes me want to go back and watch the cinematics for all the old games. The Night Elves. After letting the arch enemies battle it out for 2 successive games, Blizzard decided to expand the conflict for Warcraft 3. History tells us that this epic conflict between humans and orcs was actually preceded 10,000 years earlier by a different war between 2 races, and it's about to start all over again. Blizzard introduced 2 ancient races to Warcraft 3, giving Azeroth humans and orcs, and the gamers who played them a whole new set of challenges. But the biggest challenge was probably faced by Blizzard's artist, whose formidable job was to create 2 new races, imaginative and different from the orcs and humans, without disrupting the overshadowing the already established universe. The Night Elves do this beautifully, a dark, mysterious ancient race hiding in thousands of years. The Night tree dwelling concepts, some night elf structure, ancient floor concept. This we never saw. The ancient floor. Some more trees. The night elf shrines and tree city. I think it's so cool how much ideas they had for this back in the day. Here's some night elf archer. The artwork is looking really rough. Some dark griffins and wind riders and hippogriffs. Here's some druids of the Talon. Druid of the Claw, a satyr, chimera, beast. A lot of the ideas that turned out in World of Warcraft existed all the way back in Warcraft 3. It's really cool to see. Undead, the Scrooge. Let's see if I can read this now a little bit better. In developing a second playable ancient race for Warcraft 3, Blizzard sought to create bad guys that would scare even the orcs themselves, and indeed the zombified living corpses of the undead make the orcs look practically cuddly by comparison. Why is the land of Azeroth suddenly plagued with the horror of thousands of walking corpses? Blame it on the purging legion of demons. Warcraft uber bad guys. It was the demons who fought with the Night Elves 10,000 years ago. Now, in anticipation of another invasion of Azeroth, they have created the various minions of undead to spread terror across the land. As they proved with the orcs way back when I asked last, as well as the Diablo games. No, it's a comma mark. As well as the Diablo games, Jesus Christ. Blizzard artists clearly enjoy doing evil, and with the undead they do it very well. The results for the hapless humans, orcs, night elves, and for the lucky Warcraft 3 player is a grotesque mob of creatures that rival those of any classic horror film. Consider the abomination. Here we have a large lumbering creature coupled together from the dead limbs and body parts of other corpses, who wields giant cleavers and hooks into battle. How about the fetching crypt fiend, a mummified half-human, half-spider, who while creeping along on anarchid limbs summons swarms of insects to help his killing. And then there's the meat wagon, a vehicle that collects corpses and then flings them to deceased bodies back, catapult style, onto approaching enemies. Looking through the pages of undead art here, you can see the inspired work of artists who let the dark side of their imagination run wild. And as is always the case with Blizzard, they never forget these things, no matter how creepy the source. Bringing with light and wicked human it's one of the keys to Blizzard's success and their fans' obsession. Here is some concept art of the undead. Here we can see death is contagious. Some more really early scribbles of the undead Scrooge. And a lot of really goofy looking skeletons. A lot of this artwork is so old-fashioned that I think it's hard to see what is what. Here's a mammoth riders. Here they even wrote about the Arctic lands of Northrend. Here's a Lich Lord, Banshee, skeleton lord. Some cool concepts. And this is not how the gold turn out in games, but I think this is really cool. But a bit cool. legions again. Crypt Fiend, here's how they turned out. The Arcanids, Liches, and the Dreadlords. But nowadays they are just demons from the Burning Legion, right? Here is some really early art of Arthas. One of the best characters in game, if not the best one. Here's some information about the Death Knights that I'm not even gonna try reading. It's Arthas as a Death Knight. Early Death Knight concepts. It looks so good. You can see a Death Knight riding on his dead horse, summoning ghouls to eat up a human. It's by Chris Metzen back in '95. Arthas is the Prince of Lordaeron and one of the youngest paladins, ardent and short-tempered. He is eager to prove himself to his father, the king, as well as Uther, the leader of the paladins. Ultimately, his inner failings allow the powers of darkness to corrupt him. In a bold but reckless attempt to save his people from the undead, he inadvertently picks up the Runeblade Frostmourne, which steals his own soul and irrevocably damns him for all time. This is all part of a very well thought out plan by the Lich King. Which we have only practically unfolded. It's really hard to see. Here we can see some of the Lich King's armor, the armor that Arthas wields. Here is Arthas' betrayal in the cinematics where he enters his father's kingdom and his father's throne to kill him. Here's the demons of the Burning Legion. The demons of the Burning Legion are so evil and destructive that Blizzard removed them from Warcraft 3 as a playable race, originally conceived as the 5th playable race. The demons are the ultimate bad guys of the Warcraft universe. The rivals of the ancient Night Elves won a war 10,000 years ago, and the sinister force behind both the rampaging orcs and the armies of undead. Now invading Azeroth in Warcraft 3. The Burning Legion is a horrific, dominating force from another realm who exist only to destroy and devour everything in their path, even entire planets. And therein lay a problem. The demons were too evil, too huge to be translated into a race that players could control. Would a race that can destroy entire planet actually need peons to chop wood? So in February 2001, after much balancing, Blizzard decided to make the Burning Legion a non-playable race. They're still in game, but now they're just a common enemy to all. A nightmare so huge that they may actually get the orcs and humans to stop fighting each other. Until now, Blizzard had released the names of only 2 Burning Legion units, the Demon Warlock and the Infernal, and only showed the Infernal in a video released at Gaming Convention in England in 1999. Since then, Blizzard has kept the Burning Legion largely a mystery until the nightmarish role in the plot is revealed. It's very cool how they implemented the years of the conventions where they released the information about the game. Here's some of the concept art of the demon. Here's the Eredar Warlock concept by Chris Metzen in 2000. This is so good. I loved Eredar's Infernal Behemoth Fellhound. Some more Deceiver and Demon I think. Here's Archimond. And some information about him. I can see Archimond sketch and cinematic renders. Here we can see some of his armor, the gold plating, and use his size. The abs are really good too. This was the planned world map. Just imagine how big it is nowadays. It's huge. There's Blakeland Forest, so Elven Cruiser, Blakelands, plants. I think we saw this in the Warcraft Vanilla art book that I made last week. Place that lands, Silithus. Here we can see the old guards. Here is from Darkshore, right? Desolus, Southern Desolus. Here is some of the Warcraft ghouls. Looking very good. Narga, Myrmidon, Kobold, Tunnler. Here's the Booty Bay Dogs. One of my favorite places. There's all glades at night, Elven color studies, Thunder Cliffs. Here's the dragon spawn, and they're gonna be I was gonna use a Swedish word, I just lost it now, but they're gonna be present in the Dragonflight expansion coming out next month. Orc Warrior, Channel Statue, Harvest Oracle, Prison Interior. A lot of this art is in the vanilla art book. This as well. This is the Duskwood Knights Hollow. This they didn't implement, I think. Heart of Blackrock Spire, Shadowfang Keep, Slimer, Deadwind Path, Razorfen Downs, and the Burning Steps. This is really cool from the Razorfen Downs. Here's some of the Scarlet Monastery. There's some boats, the boat house, and the boat entrance. And here's some Michelangelos about the games. Here we can see Warcraft 2 expansion set, Warcraft Adventures. There's just some artworks. Here's some greeting cards from 2001.